Hello guys, welcome to this video. So in this video I will show you an example of web scraping the GitHub API to actually fetch the user profile details and save it as a Excel file. So it's a simple web scraping script using beautiful soup library inside Python. For this we'll be using the GitHub API to actually fetch the GitHub user profile details. So GitHub, as you all know, it's a popular website for coding and programming purposes. It's a mini social network. So if you want to fetch a particular user details, let's suppose I take my own example. So this is actually the profile, which looks like we have the profile picture, we also have the username, we have the short little description, this is email address, followers, everything. You can take any other example here. Let me say, so you can take any example here. Let's suppose I take this one. So this is actually my script here, and here you just need to replace the username. So you just need to, this is actually the username which looks like. So you just need to copy this username to fetch the other profile details. So I will simply copy this username. After that I run this Python script. You will actually see it will scrape all the details and save it inside your Excel file. You will see it create this Excel file, Microsoft Excel file, and then it actually scrapes this description, the name, the company name, and public repositories as well. We also get the avatar URL, which, as you can see, so everything we have scraped here. Similarly, you can replace any other username. So again you run the script. So you can see it actually again scrape all these details, location 296. So all the script is given in the description of the video. So now let me get started how to make this. So the first library you need to install is the web scraping library inside Python, which is called as Beautiful Soup 4. It's a screen scraping library. So if you want to extract the web pages directly, you can use this package in Python. So after installing it, just make a simple app.py file, and then we first of all require the request module, which is a built-in module, and then from this beautiful soup library we'll be importing this like this. And for this we also need the pandas library as well for exporting the data to the Excel file. So also install this package as well. So you can see this is actually the package, and after that you just need to define a function which will actually do the scraping for us. So we define this function scrape GitHub profile. We receive the username as an argument, and then we simply hit this endpoint where we will be fetching this user profile data. So github.com/ and followed by, you will paste your username right here. So this $sign is not required. Just so like this username will be the dynamic one. So then we will be providing our headers. This is necessary inside whenever you are doing web scraping. You need to provide a user agent. So this you can set this to this value, Mozilla 5.0. And then we will simply first of all request the HTML of this. So we'll be simply be calling the get method, passing the URL with these headers. And then we will simply check that if the response coming status code is not equal to 200, we'll be checking it. So if it is not returning that, we can print out this error message that your failed to fetch user. But if the response is there, in that case, we need to simply extract the relevant information. First of all, we need to initialize this web scraping library, Beautiful Soup. And here we need to pass this response HTML text which is coming. And now we just need to parse this HTML to extract the relevant information. So this is actually your HTML which is contained inside this response.txt. So if I just call this function right here by passing, so we basically call this method passing this username, and then we are calling this function with this username. So if I try to run this, so I think there is some kind of error here. So return, so right here, if you, so this needs to come inside this. Think, yeah, sorry. Soup is equal to, so here we need to initialize this by passing this response. So we can just print out to simply see what is returning here. So if I just execute this, you will see it will return this, all this HTML that is returned. So web scraping actually works if you, let me show you. So this is essentially the profile page. If you just right click and inspect element, so every element in this web page is assigned to a particular tag right here. We'll see. So we will be doing the scraping by targeting these tags by the CSS or class properties or ID. So particularly be inspecting element by and getting to target those. Let me show you how we can do this inside Beautiful Soup. So here we initialize this by passing this HTML parser. After that, we can now individually target the elements to extract the name we found. So this contains the find method, and here you can basically target elements having unique properties. So this one, we are finding it the span tag which has a class of p-name. So if you cross check here by navigating your mouse right here and right click inspect element, and if you see in the HTML, you will see this name, this span tag has this class here which is this unique class p-name. So we are just targeting this to get the actual value. So this will return the name here. So now to get the actual value, we'll be calling this text method. So this will get the name for us. Similarly, we will extract the more details such as biography, company name, all these things. This process will remain the same for all the properties. So you can see for biography, we are finding this element of div which has this class of this, and similarly for company as well. And then we also have the location, number of repositories which have. So in this way, you can actually fetch any sort of data which is there on the web page. And then the number of repositories which will be there. And lastly, the profile picture which will be there inside the avatar URL. So in this way, we fetched all these details, and now at last we just need to return these details inside a object so that we can directly. So in this way, we can actually put all these properties inside a single object. So we are directly returning it from this function, so which has username, biography, name, company location, public repos, and avatar URL. So after getting this, we just need to save it inside an Excel file so that these details can be saved. So right here in the you have a if condition. If the profile details are there, then we'll be initializing this using the pandas library, calling this data frame and saving it to a Excel file. So it contains this function here, which is to Excel. So this is the overall script here. So if I just delete this here and again execute this, and the nice thing about this that it's unlimited. You can do this unlimited number of time. This web scraping doesn't have any sort of limitation. So you will see after that we'll create this Excel file here where you will see the user details such as username, biography, name, company location, public repo, and the avatar URL. So this is actually the Python web scraping script. All the source code is given in the description of the video. And also check out my website freemediatools.com, which contains thousands of tools.